Welcome guys. In this video, we're going to be talking about protection against energies and entities during Samhain that are walking around because the veil is thinning. If you guys could follow, like, and subscribe, I would greatly appreciate it. My link tree is linked below. You can find me on all my socials. You can also find my Amazon store link where you can support by buying any of the cool stuff you see in my videos that I tell you about, or some of the stuff I wear. Just go check it out. I promise you will find something you like. And if not, you can go directly to my website, which is also linked in my link tree, and you can check out some of my products. All right, let's get into it. Okay, so we're going to talk about protecting yourself against spirits and entities that may mean harm during the thinning of the veil for Samhain. Let me get a little drinky drink. So the first thing I want to discuss is the use of iron to prevent entities from crossing. There's a reason that old cemeteries used iron gates as their border. It was more about keeping things in than keeping people out, right? Because, I mean, yes, there were grave robbers and such, but that wasn't the main objective of those. So, iron railroad stakes or even coffin nails. You can even rust up regular nails and use those. And you can take them and you can use twine and put them in the form of a cross. And that has been a protection symbol used from many different religions, spiritualities, and beliefs throughout the ages, besides just Christianity. It is a powerful protection symbol. And you can put those above your doorway, your entryways of your home to keep out negative entities and spirits from entering. Now, if you want to do like a barrier of protection around your home, you can also go take iron stakes and at each cardinal direction, so the north, the east, the south, the west, and walk to that area in your yard and stake down those iron stakes into the ground, and it will act as a protective barrier around your entire property. Um, Now, when it comes to like having nails or coffin nails, something small, you can also carry these things with you. Like if you go to graveyards often to get graveyard materials, this is a good thing to carry with you to not take anything back with you from those trips. But you can, and it'll bring us to our next point. You can use these in to carry on you or in Mojo bags. So protection bags, charm bags, right? It's just literally a bag, usually with a mix of herbs and different materials and aimed for different purposes. Whatever the intention is, our intention here is going to be protecting us from entities and any kind of evil spirit. So you could use nails, you could use herbal blends, and I'll give you an example of herbal blends that you would possibly have around the house to keep you protected from evil spirits, entities. So you've got chamomile, that's a powerful protectant. You've got clove, comfrey, corn, cumin, and cypress. And those are generally found around the neighborhood when in your cupboard. So these are, and you don't have to use all of them. You can just use some of them and put them in bags and blends with some iron, even iron chips, shavings. You can shave off iron in there and carry that with you. You can put it in your car, wherever you're trying to keep protected from usually yourself, right? Because when the veil is thinning, sorry, when the veil is thinning, we feel it in our bones. And to try to seal that feeling and to make us be able to walk through protected from these entities that are crossing over and trying to siphon from our energy is carrying amulets and bags like this. So you can also make amulets. Amulets is just you doing spell work over an object, usually something worn, for the purpose of protection from, in our case, entities, negative energies, maybe even energy vampires. Throw that in there, right? And maybe that's a video for another time explaining how we do spell work for stuff like that. It's mainly choices of, your candles, your herbs again, how you go about your ritual, your incantation, seals, sigils. You can add, you can take away, make spells as complicated or as simple as you want to. All right, back on track. So those are some herbs you can use, and that's going to be helpful to know when we get to talking about black salt. Black salt is another thing you can use to keep your home and energy sealed from entities and energies. So I like to line, and this is what I do, I like to line my entryways into my home. You can even go as far as doing your windows. I have 2 stories, so I'm not doing all that, but you make black salt with salt and charcoal. Charcoal is important. Don't skip that step. And that in its own is a banishing property, powerful from keeping entities and energies away. And then with this, you can add spell blends. So you can add the same herbs I was telling you, chamomile, clove, comfrey, corn. Simple corn is actually a protective amulet. But let me not get sidetracked. You can mix that and make your black salt. And what makes it black is the charcoal. And just a solid line on entryways, doorways, things like that, on the outside. Sometimes I'll tuck it under my rug. You can also do runes, seals, or sigils. The pentacle on your doorways, and it's Samhain time, so it won't even be strange to anyone that you have that. And that is another way of sealing entryways and doorways from protections from energies and entities. And this is specifying ones that cause you harm. Because we are still trying to draw in our ancestors by lighting candles, singing songs, and presenting dumb dinners to them, correct? So you can also put brooms by your door, and hopefully I'll get a video out showing you guys how you can create a broom easily with just dried up herbs and and a stick outside. Um, Protective plants you can use. There's lots of different protective plants you can use, but the 2 common ones that are going to be easy to find right now are going to be rosemary and chrysanthemum. Put them by your doors to um, what word am I looking for? To prevent, not prevent, but to banish out and keep away entities and energies that may be trying to come in because the veil has thun, thinned, thun. Anywho, and they're walking around. They're amongst us right now. As a witch, we can feel it. We feel it in our bones. Another way to protect ourselves is sealing any portals that they have, right? So go through your house and seal your mirrors. Now, I'm not going to tell you every which way to seal a mirror because there's different ways to seal mirrors, and my way may not be your way. That doesn't make your way not correct. That just makes my way different, and we're both valid, right? But how I like to seal, I do seal in different ways, but generally, how I seal my mirrors is I have a specific sigil I use for sealing. If you don't know how to do sigils, that is okay. You can do the pentacle, you can do a rune for protection, and I I don't draw into it, like, I don't physically touch the mirror. I use my energy in front of it, and you can use a wand or an athame, or you can use your finger, and you can draw your rune or your sigil in. And I like to put my power hand, and your power hand is the hand that puts out the most amount of power that you notice. It's usually your dominant hand, but not always. And I like to put my power hand over it. And I like to say, by light and will, this mirror I bind, no spirit may enter, none left behind, sealed and safe, so mote it be. And then I lock the mirror and I take the key. If you're using your athame or your wand, same thing, you can lock it and, take your key, being your athame or your wand with you. Um, and you want to do this every so often, regardless. I do it once a month, uh, just to keep the house and home protected from I don't mind a wandering spirit, but I won't have a baneful entity hanging around. Um, so these are just different tips and tricks that you guys can use. Keep yourself protected during this time. I know some of us are a little bit on edge, and that's to be expected around this time. It is a great time. The veil is already thinning. You guys can reach out to loved ones at this time, try to divinate, um, and get in contact with those loved ones. Light your candles on your ancestral altars. Put out your offerings. Uh, these are all things we're doing right now for Samhain, because we're not only just trying to get rid of and keep away negativity, we are also trying to bring in loved ones. Just a gentle reminder about that. Again, I hope this video was helpful for some of you guys. It would be super helpful if you guys would like this video, subscribe, comment. If you want to find me on any other socials, my link tree will be linked below. You can find my socials. You can find our Discord. You can also find my Amazon shop, which will show you a lot of the cool stuff that you'll see in my videos, like my pop-up cart, some of the stuff I wear, some of just cute stuff. I have it all categorized for you guys, including like beginner witchcraft books, advanced witchcraft occult books, things of that nature, apothecary items. That's all listed for you guys there. So check out the link in my bio, and it'll link you to anything you need to know about me, relevance to me. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for watching this video. Love you as always, guys, and bye.